Hey everyone, this is Martin from MI5. MI5 stands for millionaire in 5 years or less. Today, I made this video to talk about why action is much more important than sheer knowledge alone. You could be the most knowledgeable person in the world. You could spend every hour of the day, filling yourself with just straight up knowledge, educating yourself every hour of the day, like I said. And it wouldn't do you any good if you didn't have the ability to take action. And the inability to take action, I would say, is most people's problem. Not that they're so stupid. I mean, there are dumb people out there, don't get me wrong. I used to consider myself kind of stupid with some of the things I've done. But when I worked in grocery, I was a grocery store deli clerk. I wouldn't say I was extremely more knowledgeable than everybody around me. I mean, yeah, I knew more things than some people, but they knew more things about different subjects than I did, so it just kind of equaled out in the long run. But I'll tell you what I did have more than what they had, and that was the ability to take action. That's why I was able to get out, quit that grocery store job, and become a millionaire in a 3-year period of time, not because of extreme knowledge, but because of the ability to act and act on what I had learned or what I know. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world to become a millionaire or to become successful. But you do have to be able to follow through and take action with what you do know. So do not become obsessed with becoming the smartest person there is. Because you can be the smartest person in the world and still be broke, believe it or not. And dumb people usually are poor for the most part, except, sometimes there's actors or actresses that just fall into money because of whatever they've done to become viral. And they're not necessarily intelligent, but they do have the ability to make money. So it's kind of a win-lose situation, I guess you would say. But action is by far more important. And in my course, I'm going to teach you what you need to do to be able to take that action. Believe it or not, you can drastically change your life in a very short period of time, depending upon what you do. A lot of people drastically change their life in a negative way by doing negative acts. And yeah, your life will change, but much for the worse. Say you get a DUI, or you're drinking and driving and you run into a vehicle with a family in it and you kill them, your life's going to change. And you change those poor people's lives too. But your life is going to change in a very, very bad way, and you're going to be in prison. Now, if you choose to do something intelligent and take action in a positive way, use your knowledge you have learned to better yourself financially, spiritually, or whatever, your life will change in that way. And that's what you want. You want positive change, not negative change, because you can always get much, much worse. But the good news is you can always get better. Well, unless you're the guy that, wrecked into a whole family and killed them, then, your life's probably not going to get better. So you don't want to wait till you do something like that. You want to change yourself in a positive way. And the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. A lot of people ask me, what can I do? I'm still stuck in this bad financial situation and all this stuff. And I'm like, what have you done differently? They're like, nothing. I'm just still working at the same place, going to work every day, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, your situation is not going to change if you don't do anything different. You have to do something different. You're going to have to change jobs. You're going to have to change the way you think. You have to change the way you live, change the way you spend money, the way you save money. You have to completely change who you are. And they're like, Martin, I don't want to change. I just want to, make more money and this and that. You're going to have to change, because if you had what it takes right now as a person, you'd already be there. You'd already be a millionaire if you had what it takes. Obviously, you don't have what it takes. I didn't, so I had to change. And when I changed, so did my situation, in a positive way, not a negative way. So change is vital, it's key. But taking action is as well. People just don't get that. Everybody has the ability to take action, but most won't. They won't do it. And there could be many reasons why. It could be fear. I think that's one of the biggest things. People are scared of change, and I get it. I worked in grocery for many years before I decided to change. It was scary to leave. But you got to stray away from that flock of sheep. I know it looks scary going on your own when there's nobody else out there doing what you're doing, and everybody else takes comfort in the flock. And they're laughing at you. They're like, look at that idiot. He thinks he's going to go do something better than us. Good luck, buddy, they say. And they used to say, oh, you got your head in the clouds. You're a big dreamer. You have really high goals. So just, get back to work and just be grateful you have a job. Making a little bit above minimum wage. I should have just been grateful. And I thought that for a long time. I'm like, maybe they're right. At least I have a job. Don't settle for, minimum or basic or a mediocre life. I don't know about afterlife and all that stuff, but I know one thing for sure. You only have one life here on this planet Earth. That's it. You're not going to get a second chance here. Make the most of what you've got while you're here. Make something out of yourself. Do something positive. Be ambitious. Don't coast through life. Quit drifting. Most people just float with the wind. A dead fish floats with a stream. But a salmon swims upstream. They fight the direction of the water to achieve what they're going to go do, and they lay their eggs and all that. They're really hard-working fish, and they don't float with the water or flow with the stream. Neither should you. Neither should you. You can't drift your way up a mountain. No. If you want to climb Mount Kilimanjaro or Mount Everest, you have to climb. You're not just going to float up there. It doesn't work that way. And that's anything in life. If you want to climb and get higher up on the food chain, so to speak, you got to work for it. And I know that scares the crap out of people when I tell them that they're going to have to work hard. Anything but that. No, I don't want to work hard. And they're willing to they'll complain all week long at the job. But when Friday or the payday comes, then they're willing to turn a blind eye all of a sudden and forget how miserable they were at the job, how much they hate it, because they get paid today. And they're willing to forget it for a little while. By Saturday, they're already pissed again. And I told myself, how come you're so unhappy today? Oh, I already got paid. So you're only happy one day a week? You're only happy 52 days out of a year? Out of 365? That's not a good life. That's a miserable, crappy existence. To be happy once a week maybe. And for what? Because you're throwing some crumbs. That's all you're really getting. You're not really succeeding. You're working specifically only just to barely pay your bills. That's it. That's not to excel in anything or thrive. You're just barely making it. And people accept that. I did for a while because I didn't know any better. I had nobody to tell me, like I'm talking to you guys right now, and I hope you guys are listening. I know my videos have not been reaching a lot of people, but if you watch a video up until this point so far, make sure you click the like button if you found any value, because I want a decent amount of people to be able to see this, the people who need it. And that's it. I want you guys tomorrow, or whenever you're watching this video, to take some action. Even if it's just a small change, I want you to do something different tomorrow that you normally don't do. Change something. Change it now. And if it's not right, you'll find out pretty quickly if it's going to work better or worse. Don't do anything drastic. Change some small things first. Okay? You don't have to, completely change overnight. But, I mean, if the worm stayed a worm and never turned into a butterfly, I mean, he's just going to be a worm his whole life, then he would never be a butterfly. He had to change, or she had to make a change, and they changed into something completely different. So if you want to stay, a worm, then that's up to you, but I hope you do not choose to go that route, because you can be a butterfly and you can shine. It will be your time. Your time might not be right now, not today, but if you don't start, you'll never get it. In order to win a race, you have to at least start. You can't sit there and cry that you never won a race or a marathon if you've never even tried to run. So, start tomorrow, or as soon as you can. Make a change. I don't care what it is. Eat differently. Wake up earlier. Go to bed earlier. Don't buy what you normally buy. Start saving some money. Whatever. And the smallest change can change you in a big way later on, as long as it's positive. You don't want to do negative changes. But if you change something and it does not work out, then try something different. Experimentation is important, and you'll see it'll make a lot of difference for you. Anyway, that's it. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.